and welcome to Tabletop 24. Welcome back to Airecon. We're going to do a little bit of a playthrough for you guys of something that was a bit of a hot topic. We played it and managed to get it out of the library. Here was Comic Hunters. Obviously, this is in Portuguese because it is the Brazilian version. We did get a translated rulebook and we've given it a go. We really like it, so much so that we're going to play it again and we are going to run through it and put it up on the channel. So we're going to start off. We're going to be doing different types of draft in order to be set collecting. So we're going to be looking for specific heroes and we're going to be looking for specific types of comics that we're going to be getting. We will also be starting with 15 money in our secret stash so that we can actually be bidding on auctions. So we're going to score points based on the number of sets we've got, the sets by hero, which are randomised at the beginning of the game, how much in our secret stash we've got at the end of the game, and then our uniqueness based on these three sort of markers that we've got down here. Essentially, they're just sets as we go. So first off, we are in the first round. We've got 3 rounds, and we're going to go to our local comic book store. So we're going to be taking stuff from the number 1 deck. As there is 4 players, we will be drafting from a pile of 4 each. And in this round, we're going to be drafting left. So there we go. Everybody grab a pile. So our most valued hero at the moment is Captain America, and then we've got Black Panther, Iron Man, and Black Widow on the second set of points, and finally we've got Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Thor, and Hulk. So we've got some nice stuff in there. So I will be taking that one. There we go, first draft. Okay, so there we go. So our last card we're going to get into hand. So now we've got a hand. That is our draft. They're going to go to one side until we get to the end of the round, put them in our collection. So we're going to go to the next place to buy our comics, which is going to be the flea market. Now, in the flea market, we're going to grab our 2 value cards. And being again 4 player, we're going to start the rows with 4 sets of cards. And then on our turn, we will have the option to either take a card and add it to one of these rows, or take one of the rows that's left. We're going to get to a maximum of 4 wide, so obviously it's a bit of push your luck. Do you want to add something to make somebody tempted to take it earlier, or whether you're going to take it straight away? So I'm going to add a card. I'm going to take this one, and we are going to split up the Doctor Stranges, I think.
Yeah. Doctor Strange.
Which is funny because we saw barely any Doctor Stranges in our last game, and he was the hero on trend.
Mainly because Ben got them all.
Oh, there is that.
This is a terrible selection so far.
And the other thing is, what we're going to say is, you're going to be picking up these comics, and not only are you going to be trying to put them in your collection, but actually they are going to be buying the cards that you're picking up. So it can be a bit mix and match on that. So.
Another thing to mention here is look how pretty they are.
Yeah. I think that's what sold us on everything, wasn't it?
That's a no-brainer.
Right. Yeah. So Sam's now out of this round, so we're going to continue with the 3 of us. Yeah, I'm going to add another one, I think. Let's have a row of Hulks, see what someone's going to do with that.
I'll take the row of Hulks.
There's the first set.
Yeah, that's one set done.
Yeah, so we can start a collection with 2 cards. However, it's not scoring until you've got 3. So yeah, so that was a nice setup. So we've got a nice bit of mix and match there. So okay, I'm going to add.
So obviously Captain America's at a premium this round because he plays good. Oh wow.
And ironically, he's at the bottom of that deck.
Yeah. So I'm going to take this one. So now, me and Ben only have the choice of taking, so I take that, and I'll take that. Now, because we've done a flea market, I was the first player, I now get to choose the next first player.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
But now I really want to do it.
Cool.
Because he's laughing. So, now we're going to go to our convention deck, which was a setup of 10 of each of each deck. So it's a bit of a different type of thing, this one. So we're going to build a grid 5x5 and we're going to miss out the middle card. Then on our turn we get the option to move a card in any orthogonal space and multiple spaces as well to make it fit what we like, and then take all heroes of a type in that column. So I need another one. Can we just shove these up for us, please?
And just testament to how well this game plays is immediately everybody's looking at their cards for the optimal pick and what they can do to optimise the points.
There we go. So we've got a couple of cards left in our convention deck.
There's an obvious one, isn't there? There is a very obvious one.
I'm just checking, have I set those up right?
Yeah.
Because we've not got enough cards, we're too short on this.
There was 6, 10 and 10.
Was it 6, 10 and 10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I must have got that wrong in the first game. So there we are. So, Sam, you get the first option to move.
There's an optimal pick, isn't there?
Well, yeah. Yeah. You think, right? I mean, it does look good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not one to pass up a option like that, so I won't do that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So now by Sam taking those, it obviously enables us to be able to move some other bits and pieces around. Whether that's going to work or not, but sweeping those caps might do us some good.
There's a couple of good moves there, though, for what I wanted to do. I wasn't really looking at Captain America, but...
And we're also going to snake draft in this, so all of us are going to get two chances to draft. I will get 2 chances on the bounce, then it'll go back the other way.
That Iron Man's in the wrong place.
Move it then.
No, because it blocks. He's blocking moves, so...
Yeah. And the trick here is obviously going to be balancing what expensive cards we want, because they might be slightly better for us, against cheap cards because we're going to be able to buy them, or picking up expensive cards because we can use them to spend when we get to the collection phase.
I'm not moving one.
So John's not moving and he's chosen Widow. So I'm going to get 2 choices in the bounce. I'm going to move that to there to pick up Thor. And I'm going to move that to there and pick up Strange. We should really open the board up now back for Ben, whether he wants to do anything with that. And once we finish this round, we're going to have to stick stuff in our collection.
And pay for it.
fair value
Nuts.
move. And now Sam's got last pick. It's not always great when we get to the end of that. Okay.
Take that one.
Yeah. So now we're going to move all of these back to the convention deck. They'll be at the next convention phase that we'll have. They also go in the with the ones that we had to start with. So we'll stick them back over there. Sam now gets to pick a new first player. So we're going to be going into another drafting phase. We're going to be passing right next round.
Does that mean John will be first for the convention?
He'll be first for the auction.
How do we then? Do it that
And
way.
then he'll choose who goes first for the convention.
Yeah.
Okay, so now in order to play our cards, we're going to be wanting to make sets, but we also then need to be spending some money to do it. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to. You can normally do this simultaneously, but just for the purposes of here. So what we've got here, and I'm going to actually hold these ones up to the camera, if I can get those there. So I've got 3 Black Panthers, which are going to cost 2, 1, and 1. So that's 4. I then have 3 Spider-Men, which is going to cost 2, 1, and 2. So at the minute I'm on 9, and then I have got a Doctor Strange here, single Doctor Strange, that's going to cost me 2. So that's 11 in total. So I'm going to discard 11 points worth of cards. These go back to our convention deck, so they're going to be coming back around again. In fact, actually, that was an illegal move, because in order to be able to play them into a collection, you need to have at least 2. So, with that in mind, I'm going to play that one and take that one back. So it's exactly the same cost, but it just plays out now. So I've actually got 3 collections, but only my Black Panther one's scoring. And what we now do is take a look at the different types of collection we're going to have. So I'm going to be gaining 3 on the rarity one, and 2 on the number 1, and then nothing elsewhere. And then these are going to go in front of me to form my collection. I have 2 cards left over, which will be used in the next round. You can keep a maximum of 2 cards in between rounds. So I'll let everybody else just dish out. You can do it all simultaneously if you'd like.
I've got 4 Captain Americas and 3 number 1s. And what was the other thing I was doing? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all I'm doing. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
And then those 2 I'm keeping.
Yep. If you happen to overspend, tough luck, unfortunately. You've got to get it. If you can't afford it, then you can't play it. And we have to discard down to 2. So if you've got cards that you can't play,
6.
Yep.
6.
we might as well set up for the next round. Do it again, knock the right number out.
2. I'll keep those. I'll just discard that because I have.
Yeah, so you can't play it, so it
Yeah,
goes in there.
can't play it, so I'm using this.
9,
Yep.
6, 9.
Yep. Some. Okay.
Shuffle.
So we're now in. That's the end of round 1. So we're going to do this 3 more times with slightly different visits to different places. So our first one, we're going to go back and we're going to do another draft based on 4 cards. So everybody can grab up their cards. I'm going to grab that one. We're going to be passing right this time. I'm going to grab that one. Sam's giving me all the cards I want. Okay, and that was our visit to the comic book shop over and done with. These will go into hand and we'll be using them next turn. So now we're going to go on to a new type of draft, which is going to be our auction. Now for a 4-player game, we're going to set this up with 5 cards in our top row, 4 cards in our second, 4 cards in our third row, and finally 3 cards in our bottom. John's going to lead the auction to start with. We're going to flip these over. He's then going to pick one of these rows for us to start bidding on. Now, so we've got quite a lot going on here, and we're going to be bidding using our secret stash money. So everybody starts on an even playing field with 15, and we're going to be using that to essentially buy these cards, but those 15, wherever we land on that track is going to be our score at the end. So everybody's got 15 points at the minute, but they're going to be having to spend these. So John will choose one of the rows, and then he's going to set the scene by setting the starting bid for it.
5.
Okay, so we started off big with the top row on 5, so bids with Ben.
I'll pass.
I'm also going to pass.
6.
Sam's making me think.
Seven. Considering what you don't use at the end here gives you back in points as well. So I'm essentially giving away 8 points at the end of the game to secure those if that's what it's going to take.
How much does Sam want it? Or should I say, how much does Sam want to upset John?
No, I'll let you have them for 7.
7.
Okay. So, now because John won that bid, he's going to lose off the 7 off there. Ben will get the next choice. Johnny's now out of that round.
Pick this one.
Okay.
And I'll start with 1.
We'll go at 2.
4. I'll pass.
I'll also pass. So Sam gets that one at 4. So because Ben didn't win at that auction, he then gets the choice again which one of these 2 rows now to do.
We'll go for this one.
Okay.
And I'll open the bid at 1.
3.
Pass.
Okay, so that's cost me 3 to get there, and then Ben has had to spend 3 to get this. So, John, could you move me and Ben down 3? Okay. Well, these are all going to go into hand, and then we're going to go back to the convention. So, John, you need to select a new first player. Okay, so we're going back to the convention then, everyone. I'm going to actually do this slightly different this time. Get all these in shot.
What makes it interesting as well, the artwork's all in English.
Yeah.
So all the comic covers are in English, not in Portuguese. Tiny detail, but...
So, Ben's going to have the first option to move. We did find that this is the trickiest part of the game, because it's not only a sort of space puzzle, you've then got to work through the math of what you need, and because this is always the last draft, you've got to work out what you need to buy as well, how much you're going to need to be spending. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. What we got? Anything that's going to benefit? I think I'm going to be a bit dull, and I think actually no, I'm going to move this here. I'm going to take these two.
I will. Those two boxes.
So the movie is optional, don't have to do it. We found that sometimes not doing a movie is actually quite good because you still block people off and stuff. The minute the board's not very open at all. So John being the last player in the round gets 2 choices and then it's going to come back round again.
First of all, I'll do that.
Yep. And what I found in our last game, because I went last pretty much in every single convention phase, is you being able to move something to free up that second pick is quite nice. Because it's not always the first one. We're all busy looking at our cards now, seeing what money we've got, what money we don't have. Okay. Very nice. It's back to Sam now. I think we've got a bit of a pivot point now, whether you want to branch out into multiple sets or specialise in the sets you've got. You do get exponentially more points on either or, but I think it's quite difficult to do both. You're not going to be getting multiple sets of sort of 11 heroes.
I'm going to move that one to there and take the 2 out.
Okay. I've forgotten what I need to be doing, so I think I'm going to move this one to here and take the 2 Black Panthers. Okay, so there we are at the end of round 2, and we're going to go and do our point scoring. Well, I say our point scoring, we're going to be putting things in our collection. Now, we do have the option at this point to move things between collections. So if you've got like dual hero comics, you may be able to switch those about. So first off, for sure I'm going to play these cards. So we've got 3 Spider-Man, 2 Doctor Strange and 1 Black Panther, which you'll note will obviously go with the sets that I played in the first round. So that is going to cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So I will be paying that for now. Before we put those in the collection, they will, of course, need to be added to which different types we've got. I'm just going to check what else I might need to buy. So that was 8. So I'm going to have another Black Panther, which is this one here. This is going to cost me 9, for which I am going to be spending these 3. And then I've got the option, which I think I am going to take, find another Black Panther at 3 to ditch another 3. So that's me 12 in total. So I've bought a lot of cards this round. let's see what we've got. Can I go up 4 on the rarity, please? Bottom one. Then what else have we got? Is that versus?
Versus.
2 on the versus.
Yep.
And
Number 1.
1 on the number 1. And then they're going to go in my collection. Now, what is quite interesting is I do have this card here, which has got both Spidey and Doctor Strange on. But for the time being, I'm going to put him in my Spidey collection. But having that ability to swing him about on my last turn, no pun intended, might be helpful. Because we're going to be looking at these breakpoints on our board to see what sort of set. So first off, it's 3 and 4, then it's 5 to 7, then it's 8 to 11, and 12 plus. So yeah, I'm at a decent point here with my 5 Spideys and also my 6 Black Panthers. So sorry, Sam.
Okay. I've got 10 value here. So that's that one, those 3, and that one, which are going to get added to various sets.
Yep.
Then I've got 3, 6, 9, 10, and I'm keeping these 2 for later on.
Okay.
So I've got a set 3 of those, which gets me 2 versus and a number 1. So 2 versus and a number 1. Then I've got these 2, which I'm adding to my Captain America set, which is 2 more versus.
Nice.
Come here. And then I've got 3 Thors, and I've got 1 on rarity and 2 on versus. So 2 more on versus, and I'm missing a black token. Oh yeah, there he is. Sweet, there we go. That's me now.
So I've got 3 Black Widows for 5, a Captain America for 3, an Iron Man for 3, and 3 Spider-Mans for 3.
So total of 14?
14. So let's work out 14 points. 3, 6, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yep. So we're in our discard pile for our last convention. And then what we got over there, John? We've got nothing from that set, 1 on the versus, 2 on the versus for John, 1 on the number 1s, and 1 more up on the rarity. And Ben has got 12?
Yes.
Which you've got 12 in hand. Yeah. Okay, so for Ben, we're going to go up 2 on the versus.
We didn't score that first round.
Oh, we didn't score his first round either. So what we've got total in the versus. So we've got 4 on the versus, 2 on the number 1, and 2 on the rarity. Okay. So cool. Right. So we just changed up a little bit with the camera, so we might be able to zoom in a little bit more in the post-edit of this. We finished the last round. Ben needs to select a new first player, which we should have done at the end of the last convention, but he now needs to pick that. And we're going to be going into a flea market. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So, turn those over. We're going to go up here.
Well,
Oh, I'll put that at the bottom. Being carried away. Well, actually, no, it would have been right because it would be me choosing.
You go
anyway.
first,
Yeah,
that's
so, right, so where am I going to put it? Let's stick it there. It's a bit push your lucky of is what you want going to be there when you want it.
making sure people aren't going in. Don't really make any difference. I'll go there.
There's a lot of, being this is the last round, there's a lot of eyeballing what everybody else has got going on. It's very tricky here, trying to balance out what you want in a set against what everybody else might take. Ooh, we've got a really nice card there, and I'm actually going to bring this up a little bit, so I don't know if you can see there. It's actually got 3 different heroes on it, so it's quite a versatile card. Okay.
doesn't necessarily work in your favour to snatch now because you might need those extra points to be able to buy.
Yeah, and you also don't get to see what else is coming out, so it can be a bit tricky.
The key really is just making sure you've got enough cards in hand that you can pay for cards as well. So it's like you might want the cards that have got Iron Man and Hulk on, but you actually probably end up needing to spend it in order to buy another card, put that another card into a collection you might otherwise want.
And at this point, given that we've all got 3 sets apart from John, is actually, do you want to diversify? But diversifying at this point can be quite costly because there is no comic book round in this, so you don't get cheap cards unless they're coming back from the convention deck. Ooh, that's going to be big. Not big enough to tempt me.
It's big enough to tempt me.
So I'll be Sam out this round now. So we're going to have a maximum of 2 more placements. So I'll place this and then Ben will get the choice. Or I could starve Ben out of the market. Do you know, I think I'm going to starve Ben out of the market. Although he does get the option to put down as well. So. Okay, so it's gone over there. So we're in an auction phase. I do need to choose a new first player. So I'm going to choose Ben. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got so Ben will be choosing which lot we're going to be doing. There's some nice spread of cards in there.
This might not be as high scoring as the last game.
Yeah, in our first game we hit between I think 78 and 94 scoring. Yeah.
We'll start with the top with a bid of 1.
Six.
Pass.
Pass.
Nice. Okay, so I'll take that for 6. So I'll be knocking that. So that's cost me 6 points, but I have been collecting a lot of these, and worst case scenario, that's going to be 15 money in my last purchasing, so it's going to be quite big. So Sam will get to choose the first one now.
One.
Pass.
2.
Pass.
Take that.
Okay. So Sam didn't win, so he gets to choose again.
1.
3.
4.
5.
6.
Pass.
So something like 5. Now John's going to have to spend 3 to get these. So if he didn't have enough points to spend on enough on the secret slash crack, he would have to discard cards until he could afford it. So we are now into our last convention. So this will be our last. I keep referring to these as drafts. I think it's fair to say these are drafts, aren't they? They're just 4 different types of drafts that we're doing.
Does Ben get to choose the first player?
Yes, Ben will get to choose first player. The only time you don't choose first player is when you go to the comic shop, when you're doing the standard draft. Okay, so I'm going to get first and last choice.
I think that's a pretty standard move.
Yeah.
You get the dual choice.
Yeah.
It's a good
The
move.
most options for
Yeah,
movement.
it's a good move.
Yeah, because you think early on pick is quite good, but it's not necessarily. It depends on how it draws. Like the first game when you had 4 Iron Mans or something straight out the land, that's good. I'm in a mess. I don't know what I'm collecting anymore.
I'm just going to be slightly outshot there, so if we can just push up a bit. Might not get everything in, but we'll get the feel for what's in the round.
There's someone there.
Yeah, I know, sorry. There we go, keeping me on my toes. There's a lot of red in there. Like I said, this will be the last draft, so draft well, young Padawan. Now all going to be about what pivot points you're going to hit, what break points you're going to hit to score points. So everybody will be looking at what they're going to be doing. This will be probably the most sort of AP prone part of the game. So right, so that's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. Just working out what I've got to spend. So that's not going anywhere. That's really not necessarily worth it. So I'm going to need. Got 9, 11, 15. Okay, so I'm in a position at the minute where I think I can afford to take a few more expensive cards. There's not much really going on cheaply. I think trying to take a new set at this point is going to be quite, not necessarily very profitable. And I think I'm just doing enough waffling now, and I should really pick. So. I think I'm going to take these 2 iron. There we are.
Yoink!
What were they?
Doctor Strange.
Strange. Nice set straight away.
Bit tight now.
So I'll take Iron Man on the top.
Yeah. And then make it a secondary choice.
Yeah, I'll bring Thor across.
Take 3 Thor.
Take 3.
Yeah, nice. It's fair. So John.
Sorry, I'm just having a
That's
quick,
all right,
quick
that's
bit
all
of
right.
maths to make sure.
Like I say, there's a little bit of
that's
silence
it.
in here because this one is the one that matters.
I think I'm going to ignore that Captain America card. And I'm going to swing that one all the way around to there and take those 2.
Yep. That is fair. And I think... Ooh, I've got a tough choice now. What's that going to do to me?
So many cards. That's the most cards I think I've ever
I
had.
could break that, which could get me... I think that's going to be better. So I'm just going to take these 2 Thor. I think... No, I can't take this one. I need more. That is going to be... I think I'm going to be one short of what I need. So I'm going to take those 4 anyway to purchasing. These will go back in our decks for what it's worth. And then we're going to get into our final sort of presentation of collections, and therefore our final pieces. So I've got 2 Black Panthers, 3 Thors. I think I'm going to play 4 Thors, 5 Thors, for a total cost of 8, 9, 12, 15. So I need 15 to play there. 3, 6, 9. Oh, no, yeah. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Did I say 14? So we've got that 10, 15, is it? So I need another 1. Question is going to be, is there a better card in here for me to get rid of? No. So I'll overpay there. I've got 2 extra cards left over. It's not really going to be worth it. So those will come over here. So for me then, Sam, if you can, 2 on the rare. Oh, are we doing versus? So 4 on the versus.
Okay.
Then we're going to go 2 on the rarity, none on the number 1.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 on the number 1.
Do you want me to go next, Sam?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I've got 3 Black Panthers for 5,
2 number 1s.
3 Hulks for 12, 7,
And versus.
and the Spider-Man 2. That, I think that would be about 9, 10, 13, and I can't play that one.
Okay. Let's make sure I've got the right hand here. This is the one I'm playing. And I think it is a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that I'm building, adding to my collection. 2, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 17, so I've got plenty basically. So that's all just going in there. And then these are the ones I'm adding. I'm adding 2 to my Captain America set to take me to 8, and that gets me 1 more versus. I'm adding 3 Black Widows, which gets me a number 1. And I'm adding 3 Doctor Stranges, which gets me a versus and a number 1.
And I just realised going into my final round, I could have tipped myself over a couple of extra points just by moving my dual card. So I've done myself there. Comment. So 12, 16, 18.
3, 6, 9. Is that 18?
Yeah. So we've got.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I just leave that with you? You might be interested in it. Right?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19. Yeah, that's right.
Cool. So we've got that there. So, right.
1, 2, 3 number 1s.
Yep.
Yep.
So now we're going to go into final scoring. So for final scoring, what we're going to do is I will put my board out. If we could bring down the main board, just bring it in.
Every game's the next game.
Let's go that.
Stressful part of the game.
Professionals. Right there. So you're going to see how we're going to score up. So Ben, if I could ask you just to move yours, go up a little bit.
I've got the calculator ready.
Oh, you're trashing the comics?
Yep, trashing your comics. Okay, so everything's going to score on our sort of our desktop board over here. So we're going to put these out here. So we've already scored all of our tags. So I'm just going to stick this hand up here. We'll deal with that in a second. Yep. So we are going to score, and I'm going to actually get Sam. You're going to do the score, and I'll do all of my scoring at once then. So we are going to score first of all based on number of collections. Okay. So I've got 4 collections, 4 there, so I get 10 points. I've got 6 points remaining on the secret stash, so I get 6 points. I am second in this one, so I'm getting 12. Third in this one, so I'm getting 8. First in this one, so I'm getting 15. Okay, and then the bulk of everything is going to be based up here. So I've got none Captain America. I have 8, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Black Panthers, which is going to score me 20 points. I have 4 Doctor Strangers, which is going to score me 4 points. I have 5 Spider-Man, which is going to score me 8 points, and 5 Thors, which is also going to score me 8 points. And that's going to be everything for me.
Good score.
So
91 points.
Slightly worse off than I was last time.
I think it's probably a winning score.
Okay.
So for me, I have got 5 sets.
Give you 15.
15 points.
You've got 5 left on the stash track.
Yep.
And you've got 15, 15, and 3.
Yep.
And then up on our heroes cap,
I've got 8 Captain Americas.
which is going to give you a big old 24 points.
Nice.
I have 3 Hulks.
4 points.
I have 3 Thors.
Another 4.
I have 3 Black Widows.
Another 5.
And I have 3 Doctor Strangers.
And another 4.
And that's me done with 94 points.
There we go. That was a winning score last
close.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. John?
I ain't scoring anywhere near that. So it's 6 sets.
6 sets. Let's give you 20 points to start off with. You've then got 6 on the stash track. You've then got 3, and you 2 are going to be adding these up. So you get 20 divided by 2. So you're going to get 10 points for that. Okay?
Nice.
And then what we got? So we've got
3 Captain
which
Americas.
is going to give you 6 points.
4 Iron Men.
10 points. Oh no, sorry, 4 Iron Men. That's 5 points.
Yeah. 5 points for my Black Widows.
Yep.
4 points for my Spider-Men. 4 points for my Hulks, and 5 points for my Black Panthers.
Yep.
Total of 71.
Yeah, no.
I could see you were going for this one.
I
a bit
was
more.
going for this one,
Yeah.
but just couldn't afford to get the cards out. I just thought this game I'd try and see how feasible it is to get 8 sets. And
It's really hard.
It's really hard, yeah. Really hard.
I could see you were trying it, and it was really difficult.
Yeah.
You need to get 3 minimum, don't you?
Yeah.
So then Ben, so
5 sets.
you've got 5 sets to 15.
Yep.
You are 10 points on the stash track. Then you've got 8 plus 12 plus 10. Okay. And then what we got hero wise?
So
Go this way.
Black Widow.
So you've got
5.
10 points on
10
there.
points. Yep.
Yep.
Black Panther.
5 points.
Another 5 points. Doctor Strange. Another 4
4.
points. Iron Man. 5
5.
points. And Hulk. 8 points.
Or 87. I've got it in the wrong score thing, so I'll switch that around.
Yeah, so we've got a good old score there. Well done, Sam. Thoughts on Comic Hunters? A very brief wood play again there at the end of this playthrough.
Well, it was so much of a wood play again that we played it again. So that sort of says everything.
So somebody's been, we won't say who, has been eyeing up what we can get it for on eBay.
Yeah.
It may or may not be on my watch list already.
Yeah, I think it's on mine as well.
Depends on how much more stuff I sell in the bring and buy.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lovely little drafting mechanic, isn't it? I keep referring to it, and I don't know whether it's labelled as a drafting game, but you've got a standard draft, you've got the snake draft in the convention phase, you've got the auction draft, you've then got it's just draft, isn't it? 4 different types of draft, but they're all slightly unique in what they're doing.
It's the greatest hits of drafting. So if you love drafting games, comic books, this is the perfect game, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, I think it was a throwback for all of us seeing all these comic covers as we were flipping them all over.
It's nerd porn, for want of a better word. I mean, the smiles on our faces as we're looking, the drafting, the set collection, the auctioning, the asynchronous nature, all the rounds are a little bit different, so you're not doing, you don't overstay its welcome. The beautiful artwork, and it hits every beat, and all of us had smiles on our faces while we're playing this, big grins on playing this.
And you're engaged at every step, and everyone else's turns. The turns are quick. That last game we played, it was 45 minutes. We could even maybe have gone a touch quicker. I could see this being a 35-40 minute game, potentially.
Yeah.
Once you know everything, you sort of recognise your
There's a
better.
little bit of, right, I need 13 points for that, and counting them up and counting them back, and having different stacks of things, and working out which ones you've got, are the ones you've got to get rid of.
And that last convention phase, you can't underestimate that last convention phase. It's so tight.
I wrote on my last set, I very nearly, I think it was my Doctor Strange set, I had one more set to be able to get 5 more points. So I put those Doctor Strangers down and had 3, I think it was 2 2s and a 1. And one of the 2s had one of the Versus icons on, one didn't, and I nearly built the one that didn't have it on. And I was like, oh, that's an idiot move. So it's very easy to miss those.
I'm absolutely kicking myself because I could have pipped it by a point because I used a Spider-Man card, Spider-Man card to pay for my last hand, and I could have moved my Doctor Strange Spider-Man card out of my Spider-Man collection into my Doctor Strange collection and bumped both into 8 points, which would have been enough points to push it over the side. It's very tight, and I mean, John's got the low end of the score now, but I mean, it's still a 23-point spread.
All I was trying to do in the last one is so you get 40 points for getting 8 sets. Yeah. So I was seeing how feasible it is to get that 40 points. And unless you're getting 1 point cards at the start to get the sets, it's very difficult to do that. Very difficult to do that. So you're probably looking for like 20 points here. So, even if you did that and had 3 each of these, that's only 77 points. So then you're needing to maximise these to get more of those scores. Yeah. So that
I mean, don't
do that.
Yeah, but pointing up here, like your points are exponential. By some chance, if you manage to get 12 copies of whatever hero is in the most trend,
and that's probably
48
everyone,
points.
maybe everyone.
That's basically every card. It feels like it's every card in the deck for that hero. So I was doing the calculation. I could have got to 10 Captain America. And I was like, well, that's no point. I might just take it to 8, and then I got those other cards to use as money.
And that's the thing, 4, you might as well push it and get the 5, and then if you're going to do it, you need to get the 8. It's that push your luck and just
you go big on one set, or you go for all the sets. Yeah, you've got to hit.
You've got to get all of the sets. You can't just sit there with three sets of 3.
So it forces you to diversify a bit, and it's just. But that's opportunistic as well, which I like, because it's not like it's a very rote experience of now I need to do those because I've got this many. It's a very opportunistic thing. In that last round, I was like, right, I need to get. I could see John was doing the sets collection of the multiple sets. I was like, right, I need to get at least 2 more down that are completely new. And I managed to get 3 down in that last round, I think. So I got the Black Widows and Doctor Strange and I can't remember what the other one was now, but. That made me go from basically 2 to 5, and I got myself 15 points. So the fact that you can be tactically swivel quite quickly potentially is really cool.
Based on what you sometimes end up getting, definitely. So we did say this is going to be a very quick mini would play again. So I'm going to put these guys on the spot because I didn't tell them we can do this. John, would you play again?
I would play this again. I wouldn't hesitate to play this again. It's that kind of game. I'll be looking for this, and it'll be on a watch list when a European version comes out. The money you'd have to pay to get this from Brazil at the moment probably means we ain't going to get another copy, but I would play it. It's a great game, absolutely great game.
Tom, would you play it?
I'll be surprised if we don't play it again today. But yes, I definitely will. And I'm going to keep an eye out for a cheaper copy, and if I can find it, I certainly will.
I would say again, for me, it's all to play again now. Only on the principle that I've got to go and do some more filming with some of these guys as well and some of the exhibitors. So getting that to the table is going to be a bit difficult. And it's probably going to be a we'll play again purely based on the fact of how much that's going to cost to get hold of. I think I mean, we're probably looking here at what might be a £30 to £45 game with the components in it. You're currently looking at copies on eBay and such north of £100, double the price. I think it's a very nice game. But for me personally,
the thing that pushes the price up for me is the IP. The fact that you're going to have to pay Marvel for the licensing for all of their comic covers and the characters is going to push the price of this up.
That's why it'll be done by Disney themselves, or a Marvel-produced game essentially.
Or completely reskinned. Thank you for watching our playthrough. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the content that we've got here from the convention. If you haven't done so already, check out other videos on the channel, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Take care.